Debbie Ocean had always lived in the shadow of her brother, the legendary Danny Ocean. While Danny had made a name for himself in the world of high-stakes heists, Debbie had spent years trying to escape that legacy. After serving time in prison, she was determined to forge her own path and prove that she was just as capable as her brother. With a sharp intellect and a fierce sense of determination, she began plotting a heist that would not only establish her reputation but also serve as a clever act of revenge. The target was nothing less than a multi-million-dollar necklace that would be showcased at the upcoming Met Gala, a night filled with glamour, fashion, and high-profile guests. But for Debbie, this heist was not just about the jewelry, it was personal. The necklace belonged to Claude Becker, a man who had betrayed her during a previous job, leading to her imprisonment. Debbie wanted to make him pay for what he had done. To execute her ambitious plan, Debbie knew she needed a skilled team. She began reaching out to former associates and experts in their respective fields. First on her list was Lou Miller, an old friend and a master con artist. Lou had a talent for persuasion and could charm her way into or out of any situation. Debbie knew she could rely on Lou to create distractions and manipulate the crowd at the gala. Next, Debbie sought out Amita, a talented jeweler with a knack for craftsmanship. Amita could replicate any piece of jewelry, and her artistic flair would be essential in creating a perfect counterfeit of the necklace. Debbie remembered how Amita had once dazzled everyone with her intricate designs, and she was confident that Amita would rise to the occasion. The third member of the team was Constance, a quick-witted pickpocket with agile hands. Constance had a reputation for slipping in and out of places undetected, and her stealth would be crucial for the heist. Debbie admired Constance's energy and resourcefulness, knowing that she would be a valuable asset. Tammy, a savvy smuggler with extensive connections, was the next recruit. Her network would provide the necessary resources and information for their plan. With her help, they could ensure a seamless escape and avoid any potential pitfalls. Nine Ball, a brilliant hacker, was the next to join. She had a reputation for infiltrating high-security systems and would be responsible for disabling the security measures at the gala. Nine Ball's technical skills were vital to the success of the operation, and Debbie trusted her implicitly. Finally, they brought in Rose Weil, a renowned fashion designer, to create stunning outfits for the team. Rose's designs would not only help them blend into the crowd but also allow them to shine on one of the biggest nights in fashion. Each member of the team had a unique role, and Debbie felt a surge of excitement as their plan began to take shape. As the Met Gala approached, the team worked tirelessly to finalize their preparations. Debbie spent hours strategizing and ensuring every detail was accounted for. They meticulously planned their entrance, exit, and the precise moment to make their move. The night would be a whirlwind of chaos and elegance, and they had to be ready for anything. On the night of the gala, the venue was transformed into a dazzling spectacle of lights and fashion. Celebrities and influencers roamed the red carpet, while the media buzzed with excitement. Debbie and her team arrived separately, each in their stunning outfits, designed by Rose to catch the eye without raising suspicion. Lou quickly began mingling with the crowd, drawing attention with her charismatic personality. Meanwhile, Amita and Constance slipped into the gala's inner workings, making their way toward the display featuring the coveted necklace. The atmosphere was electric, and the stakes had never been higher. As the night progressed, Debbie kept a close watch on Claude Becker, who was mingling with other high-profile guests. She could see him laughing and enjoying the attention, completely unaware of the storm about to unfold. The anger and betrayal she felt toward him fueled her determination. Nine Ball was stationed near the security control room, ready to implement her plan. As the gala reached its peak, she executed a series of hacks that temporarily disabled the cameras and alarms. The chaos that followed was the perfect cover for Debbie and her team to make their move. When the moment arrived, Amita expertly swapped the real necklace with her flawless replica. Constance, using her agility and quick reflexes, ensured that no one noticed the swap. With the necklace secured, they signaled to Debbie, who was waiting nearby, ready to make their escape. However, just as they thought they had succeeded, they encountered an unexpected obstacle. Claude had noticed something amiss and was closing in on them. Debbie felt her heart race as she realized they had to act quickly to avoid detection. In a split second, Lou sprang into action, creating a diversion by spilling a drink on a high-profile guest, drawing attention away from Debbie and the others. The crowd gasped, and in the ensuing chaos, Debbie seized the opportunity to lead her team toward a back exit. But Claude was relentless. He pushed through the crowd, determined to confront Debbie. Just as he reached them, Nineball activated a final command that caused a temporary blackout in the venue. The lights flickered, plunging the gala into darkness. Guided by instinct and adrenaline, Debbie and her team dashed toward the exit. They could hear the commotion behind them as guests panicked in the dark. It was a chaotic scene, but it worked to their advantage. Once outside, they quickly rendezvoused at a predetermined location, where Tammy was waiting with a getaway vehicle. The team piled in, breathless and exhilarated. They had not only stolen the necklace but had also outsmarted Claude Becker, leaving him in the dark, both literally and figuratively. As they drove away, laughter and cheers erupted in the vehicle. The thrill of their success was intoxicating. Each member of the team felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. Debbie, however, knew that their work was not yet done. They still needed to lay low and ensure that Claude could not track them down. In the following days, Debbie and her team celebrated their victory in secret. They divided the spoils and discussed what their next moves would be. Each member had their own dreams and aspirations, but the bond they formed during the heist brought them closer together. Debbie felt a sense of fulfillment unlike any she had experienced before. She had not only succeeded in pulling off a high-stakes heist but had also avenged herself against Claude. Her life had taken a turn she never expected, and she reveled in her newfound freedom. But a lingering question remained in her mind: was Danny Ocean really gone? She often found herself reflecting on her brother, wondering if he was watching over her from somewhere. Debbie had always admired Danny's intelligence and charisma, and she couldn't shake the feeling that his spirit was with her during the heist. One evening, as the team gathered to discuss their next steps, Debbie brought up the idea of reaching out to Danny's old contacts. They could gather more resources and potentially set up another heist that would solidify their place in the criminal world. The team was eager to hear her plans, but Debbie could sense that they were also curious about her brother. As they brainstormed ideas, Debbie realized that this was not just about revenge or wealth, it was about building a legacy. She wanted to create a name for herself, independent of her brother's shadow. She envisioned a future where she and her team could execute heists that would be talked about for years to come. Days turned into weeks, and the team continued to work together, honing their skills and developing a camaraderie that felt unbreakable. They embarked on smaller jobs to fund their next big heist, each one bringing them closer together. The excitement of their escapades fueled their ambition. Ultimately, they decided to target a high-profile art auction that would take place in a few months. The plan was ambitious, but with the team's combined skills, Debbie felt confident they could pull it off. They began their preparations, gathering intel and establishing connections to make the job a success. As the auction date approached, Debbie found herself more motivated than ever. She was no longer just Danny Ocean's sister, she was Debbie Ocean, a formidable thief in her own right. The prospect of the upcoming heist exhilarated her, and she could feel the adrenaline coursing through her veins. On the night of the auction, the atmosphere was charged with excitement. Guests in elegant attire filled the venue, eagerly anticipating the bidding wars that would ensue. Debbie and her team blended seamlessly into the crowd, each member playing their part to perfection. As the auction began, Debbie's heart raced. She was aware of the stakes and the risks involved. This was their moment to shine, and she was determined to make it count. The plan was intricate, and every detail had been meticulously rehearsed. When the time came to execute the heist, everything fell into place. Lou skillfully drew attention away from the main exhibit, while Amita and Constance worked together to secure the valuable art pieces. Nineball monitored the security systems, ensuring that they remained one step ahead. In a thrilling turn of events, Debbie found herself face to face with a guest who had been suspicious of her presence. With her quick wit, she concocted a story that not only diverted his attention but also allowed her to slip away unnoticed. The heist was a resounding success, and as they gathered their spoils and made their escape, the exhilaration of their achievement was palpable. They had executed their plan flawlessly, and each member of the team felt a rush of pride. As they drove away, with laughter and cheers echoing in the vehicle, Debbie couldn't help but reflect on how far she had come. She was no longer just living in her brother's shadow, she was carving out her own legacy. The bond she had formed with her team was stronger than any family tie, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead together. The journey of Debbie Ocean had only just begun. She was now a force to be reckoned with, a name that would be remembered in the world of high-stakes heists. The future was bright, and she was ready to embrace it with open arms.